Alright, welcome back to R-TAC and Daughters. And this is another day, 6 days to D-Day video. And we're going to talk about the M1 carbine and why it came around. Well, the Army was running out of 1911s and Model 10s and Model 1917s that issued troops. So, like the Red Ball Express, artillery people, support troops, basically, who don't need an M1 Garand but needs an M1 carbine. So the M1 carbine, of course, fires the 30 caliber. It is equal almost, or just a little bit more than a 357 Magnum. Of course, it's out of a 16-inch barrel here. This is the World War II setup. So you got your sling, your magazine pouch, we'll talk about that in a minute, your oiler right here, your 15 round magazine, which is empty. This is a U, so this is a universal one, so it is correct. Towards the end of the war, like 1944, towards the end, about December, early April, you'll start seeing the 30 round magazines. You see those more at the end of the war in the Pacific. So 15 round magazine, good idea. Go watch the movie Carbine Williams and you'll see how a convicted felon helped design this. He's not the sole designer. Also, you notice there's no bayonet lug on it because they did not have a bayonet lug until after the war, mainly in Korea. My grandfather carried one of these. He actually carried the M2, which some people could technically call America's first assault rifle because it was a selective fire, it had a bayonet lug, and it had a 30 round banana clip. So I wish I could have had one, but that's not so. Now this is not one of the imports. They made these from 1942 all the way up until the late 70s. This one is a universal carbine made in the 70s. That's why it's got like a little paint deal here. It is kind of picky on ammo. It doesn't have a bolt hold open. It does have this little slot right here, which you could get a scope mount on the side here. This one's set up for that if I could ever get one for it. And you can put a scope on it. You got your standard sight, peep sights, combat sights, 300 meters. And then you open sights from 0 to 200 meters, 3 to 500 with a little small peep sight. It's identical almost. The only thing that's really different on this versus a World War II model is that the World War II had a different gas piston setting. We're not going to open the gun up for that. This does have the proper World War II sight on here because I'm a World War II reenactor. I do GI, German. And so I had this milled down and then had the World War II sight on there so I could put the proper blank adapter on here for that. Blank adapting wise, this gun runs flawlessly with blanks. Of course, they're all brass. So right here we're going to go to the magazine pouches here, and so we got two more magazines. This has got a U on it, and I believe this one has a UI. Those are magazine codes. You can look them up and see. Yes, some of these are 80 years old and they look that good because they never got used. They made millions of these. So what happens, like anything in the military, once something got around, hey, this thing weighs 6 pounds loaded. With 3 magazines, you got 45 rounds. You're going to carry a couple more pouches on your ammo, on your pistol belt. So you got your 45, you got 2 more of these, so you can get 7. You can have up to 7 magazines, standard combat load, and have more than almost 300 rounds there. What's 7 times 15? That's 70. 35, that's 100 and something rounds. Anyway, you do the math. I'm not doing it right now. I don't have enough fingers. So anyway, so 45 and 45 is 90, and then another magazine to make 7 and then you got a 115 rounds. So there you go. So airborne troops saw this and was like, hey, we need this. Later on, they had a collapsible stock with a pistol grip, which you could fire with the grip closed, or with the folding stock. Fold it and you can fire it that way. So these guns went through all kinds of different iterations on stocks, at least 3 different stocks that I know of. Two during the war and 1 more after the war. Israeli Arms made these. This is a World War II handgun or handguard for this. This is the original stock. It came in the 70s. That's why the color difference, of course. Really light. It weighs 6 pounds. So NCO started grabbing these bad boys. Infantrymen got them because, well, you know what? You could carry more ammo with these in a bandolier versus a Garand or a Thompson, and it was lighter than a Thompson. Like I said, 6 pounds. So another show talked about what World War II weapon, either from the Germans or from the GIs or the Russians, would you rather have? Well, I'm going to say this, something to do close quarter combat with. This gun is perfect for it. It's got no recoil whatsoever. Well, it does to some people, but it has reduced recoil. It's real short. I mean, if you think about it, the barrel is just 16 inches long. So there you go. The whole gun is another, see, it's another 16, that's another 26 inches long, maybe, if that, maybe a little bit longer. Good gun to reel around corners and do QBC with. Some people say they want a 1911. Yeah, fine. This will work just fine. Also, there's a rumor during the Korean War that the 30 caliber carbine could not penetrate the Chinese wool when it was frozen. That is a myth, and it's not true. Basically, what it was poor marksmanship. And Grandpa said he carried one of these. He carried several World War II weapons, and possibly a T-43 at the end of his duty in the Korean War. So, anyway, we're going to do some shooting with this. Now, you're going to see some hang-ups, some not wanting to chamber, or well, chambering fine, but not wanting to extract right. That's not because of this rifle. It's because I was shooting Tula steel case 30 caliber carbine in this gun. This gun does not like it. So I do have some brass, but I was saving that. And honestly, some of the brass rounds that I have in my inventory are tracer rounds, and I just erred on the side of caution because I didn't want to take them to the inside range and catch the backstop on fire. So that's why I took the steel rounds. But it did shoot well. You'll see that I posted the pictures on Instagram of the target. It does shoot a little low, so I need to adjust that. That's on me. Can't do nothing about that. That's simply because I could go to the tighter tolerance, but again, that's a World War II peep sight. After World War II, it had an adjustable sight like an 03A3, and this barrel is cut down a little bit for the front sight post, so I could raise it up a little bit and might compensate for that. But anyway, regardless, one of my favorite guns, definitely lighter than the Thompson. The grease gun might be the same amount of weight, give or take a pound or two on it. German MP40 definitely for QBC on their part, or the Sturmgewehr 44. Russians, you want the PPS. You don't want the Papachal, the PPS 41. You want the PPS 43. It's a all stamped steel gun, weighs nothing. We'll do a review on that. All right, talk too long. Victoria's getting ready to roll in the range footage. Please enjoy. Let me know what you think about our series of 6 days to D-Day. It's the 80th anniversary. Some of these magazines are pushing 80 years. Thanks for watching, and we'll catch you next time. Okay, 6 days to D-Day, the M1 carbine, 30 caliber. We're going to do 4 mags, 15 rounds each. See how she does on the target, and then converse amongst yourselves. He does not like staircases. All right. Got a mag to get out and a round to get out of chamber because it's steel case, and then we